Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Your voice is a little down, so I wish you can increase it a little bit.
Oh, is it okay now? Is it okay now?
Yeah, a little bit. Can you speak up, or did you connect your phone
Okay,
somewhere?
I didn't, okay, let me connect the headset, then use it.
Okay. Okay.
Is it okay now? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Hello. So I'm trying to invite a couple of people, um, because we are not using my platform, so
Okay.
I need to invite people. Okay, please.
Okay. Somebody says my voice is low. Is it still low?
Check my page again. Okay, a few more minutes so share and
Okay.
invite people.
How do I even show it that?
I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Please ask the audience if they can hear us. Audience, can you hear us? A few more minutes, please.
Okay, Eddie says it's loud and clear. Okay. Thank you, Eddie.
Okay, so I think we're good to go.
Yes.
All right. Eddie, Edwin, thank you very much. Emmanuel, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, everyone. And thank you. So we are far behind time, so we'll start immediately. Tolu, thank you very much for honoring my invitation and thank you for being here. It's indeed an honor to have you on this show, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Thank you, everyone, for your patience and thank you for joining us on this show today. Well, like I promised, I have with me Tolu, a Botswana lady who is based in, okay, she is Botswana and then she's based in Botswana. She's a psychologist and a practicing psychologist, of course. And then she's a lady who has been through a lot. She struggled a couple of months with a narcissist, and today she's here to share her story with us and also teach us a couple of things that we need to know. Tolu, you're welcome on the show. It's so good to have you.
Thank you so much, Annie. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, quickly, let's go to what we have today. So tell me, Tolu, what is narcissistic personality disorder? What's that about? It's a big word for all of us, so we'd like to know what it is about in details.
Okay, thank you. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming online, and I really welcome you. And thank you, Annie, for for finding it fit to invite me. All right, let me go just straight to the question. Okay, a narcissist or narcissistic personality disorder is actually one of the many personality disorders that we have.
Okay.
And it's also a mental condition.
Okay.
Okay, in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance, okay, and a deep need for excessive attention and admiration. And these people, most of the time, they have troubled relationship and, of course, a lack of empathy for other people. I think that's the definition that we can go with. Yeah.
They have troubled relationship and a lack of empathy for other people. So
yeah, it's a mental condition.
So in brief, who would you say narcissist is? Who would you say narcissist is in brief? Who is a narcissist?
A narcissist is somebody who does not have empathy for other people. They are very self-centered, they're very selfish, and everything is about them and it's never about the other person. They are not considerate of other people's emotions and feelings and, words. Everything is about them, whether it makes sense or it doesn't make sense.
Wow. Okay, to the audience, one more time, welcome. I did not do a brief introduction for Tolu's audience. I'm sure you don't know me. My name is Anete Jitu, and I am a beautiful Nigerian lady who has been through who has been through a lot. Yes, I've been through a lot in life, but I chose to master my pain. I chose to turn my pain into my strength and reach as much people as I can, because I strongly believe that whatever it is I have been through, is it rape situations, is it being with a narcissist, whatever it is I have been through in life, I know that there are lots of people who have been through that, or who are currently going through that situation. So I just intend to lend my voice and alert the public, especially on spiritual manipulation, to let the public and people know what's going on in this life and what people are going through, and also teach people how to come out of some of the situations and how to wield the whole pain into a strength. That's what I do. So I tell my story. My stories are all over the internet. I tell my story, true life story, as raw as I can. Okay. Back to you, Tolu. Back to you, Tolu. Okay. So it is one thing to have these people around us. It is also another thing to be able to identify them, because there are lots of people. In one of my videos, I said there are lots of people living with a narcissist. Okay, there are lots of people struggling in those kind of relationships, but they don't know they are with a narcissist, and they don't know that it's a mental disease. They don't really know how to identify, a narcissist. So tell us, Tolu, from your experience relating with these people and counseling them. I'm sure you have clients who are struggling with this health challenge. So tell us, how should we, or how can we identify a narcissist? What are those codes to look out for? What are those characteristics to look out for? What are those behavioral codes to check out for when we meet people? Tell us, how can we identify a narcissist?
Okay, thank you, Annie, for that. That question. Okay, to identify a narcissist, you may not know from the beginning that this is a narcissist, because you don't know that maybe there's even such a thing called, a narcissistic personality disorder or a narcissist. You may not know, but I'm going to say some of the characteristics, and from that, the person should be able to tell if, whoever they are dealing with or relating with has those kind of characteristics. For example, to start with, a narcissist, they are very charming at first. Like those guys, they are very charming. Even I myself, I'll fall for them. Any other person will fall for them because they're very charming. Their words, they will tell you the things that you want to hear, the things that are very appetizing to you and very pleasing to you. That is how they are. They are good with words. And then the other thing with them is that they have this inflated or exaggerated, sense of importance. It's called, in psychology we call it grandiosity. Like they feel they are very important more than any other person. If they are in a group of people, they'll be outstanding. The way they talk, the way they behave, the way they relate with other people. They feel they are the most important if they're in a group of people. And also, you'll find that a narcissist, they are not a fan of your family and your friends. Like they don't fan them. They don't like them that much because they want to pull you away from them. For example, let's say you want to go home and check on your family. They will say, why do you always want to go home? Why do you always want to see your friends? They want to pull you away from them because so that in the future when they ill-treat you, you don't have anyone to run to. So they are not a fan of your friends and a fan of your family, of course. And also, they have very bad, terrible past when it comes to relationships. The way they are treating you when you are in a relationship with them, that's how they treated their ex. So if they have had maybe, let me say, 5 relationships in the past, they were all the same and they were all bad. So they have such kind of a relationship, and they are very materialistic at the same time. Like a narcissist would say, Why can't you buy, maybe, let me say, an expensive car that you cannot afford? To them, they want it because they are narcissists. They have this they are very polished, and they are conscious of social status and their class. So that thing makes them to be very materialistic. The kind of clothes they wear, the kind of places they stay at, the cars they drive, and then they will be doing that at the expense of their partner. It's not like he will go out and buy. Yes, some may do that, but as their partner, you feel like, guys, this is wearing me out. Things that you can't afford, you have to buy them because he or she is demanding them. And then the other thing with them is that they want excessive attention and admiration. Guys, without attention from other people, narcissist is nothing. They thrive on people's attention and admiration. Like when they pass and you say, oh, I like your shoes, you are feeding them up. You are making their day. That is what they want. Like, you need to admire everything about them, from the hairstyle to their nails to the shoes, to the suit or the dress, everything. They like that. It feeds them emotionally. It makes them to keep going. And then one other thing with them is that they twist everything you say to make you feel or look bad. You can try to open up to your partner or to a narcissist, like, you think you're being vulnerable with them. No, tomorrow, everything that you said, they are going to twist it. And then it makes you feel bad. And you also begin to question yourself. That is how they are. Even the things that they say, tomorrow when you confront them on them, they twist them. No, I didn't say that. You didn't hear me properly. That is how they are. And the other thing with them is they say very awful, painful things to hurt you, and then they deny it. These guys, they have vocabulary. Oh my goodness. They have bad vocabulary. Like, the person can look at you and tell you, do you think you are beautiful? You don't have qualities of a good lady or qualities of a good guy. Who do you think you are? All the sisters around are better than you. They have words to make you feel like you begin to question yourself. And what they do with these words is that these words, they get to you. They go to your subconscious level, and then later on, it's like your own psyche is against you. And then these words at the same time, they kill your confidence. They also kill your self-esteem. Imagine you are walking out of the house and you think you are looking good, and then he or she tells you, how can you go out dressed like that? No, their insecurities make them say the painful, awful words they say to other people. They have vocabulary. They will tear you down with words.
Thank you very much, Tolu. Thank you very much, Tolu. Honorable Mma Palesa, I hope I got that right. So Charles, I hope I got that right. Thank you very much for joining us. The Emmanuel from Nigeria, thank you very much for joining us. Tolu, the last guest I hosted, she made a statement while she was sharing her story with me. She said she's an Indian, and Indians are quite beautiful. And then she told me that her husband, her ex-husband rather, would look at her and tell her, why is your hair packed like this? Why are you trying to seduce? My friend, go inside. You think you look beautiful. A woman I'm telling you, a woman as beautiful as that. A woman as beautiful. And then you said something that got to me. You said, these people have a way of isolating you. That's the word. They have a way of isolating you from your loved ones, because the idea is control. The idea is control. Yes. Now, the thing is this. When they allow you to relate with other people other than themselves, you can find help. For example, if I'm talking with you and I'm like, can you imagine, my man did this to me? You can find patterns. So do you understand? You can find patterns. Just listen to people like, baby girl, you need to check this thing. I am not comfortable with what you're telling me about what this man is doing. You need to check it. So by saying things like that, you can bring me to the realization that something is wrong. So the idea is they isolate you from people you love because they want to gain control. I'm telling you from experience. I had one. And for months, he made sure I never visited any of my family members. He made sure whenever I want to go visit my spiritual authorities, my family, he would tell me, hey, it's not time. What are you going there to see them for? Tell me what exactly. Jessica from Manchester, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. What are you going to see them for? Hold on, let's go. Maybe sometime we'll go to get... You understand? So thank you very much for that point. It really makes sense. case if you're listening to the show with someone who isolates you or cuts you off from your family and from your friends, please, that is not a healthy relationship. Because a person who is in a healthy relationship with you, we want to reconnect you and even foster your relationship with those you love. We want to foster a relationship with those you love. So please run away from that kind of relationship. Please, Tolu, please go ahead. Go ahead. You're making so much sense.
Yeah. Thank you. And then one point with them or characteristic is that they use guilt trips to control you. For example, let's say you want.
Yes. No.
Yes. They use guilt trips to control you. Let's say, for example, maybe you prepared something for him and then he didn't like you did your best and then he doesn't like it and then he tells you that he would come and say, what did you cook? Do you think this is even sweet? You are beginning to feel guilty that, oh my God, what have I done? Oh my God, I thought he would like it. You are going to feel guilty even though you did your best. And then the other thing is that these guys, they are very manipulative. Like they can use sickness to manipulate you to get what they want. For example, let's say maybe you want to go and see your parents, let's say that, and then the day you have to leave, suddenly they get sick. Or after you left, maybe after a day or a few hours, they will tell you that they're not feeling well. Because you know what? We are humans. The moment I hear that somebody that I'm very, that I love is not feeling well, I want to go back.
You want to stay. Yes, you want to stay. You want to be there for the person. Yeah.
Yes. And they will use not something like, I'm having a runny nose. No, my head is aching. They will use
something
just
serious.
Like, I can't breathe. Oh, my heart is paining. Or they will use something like that. The moment you hear somebody says, I'm not able to breathe, you are like, I'm going back. If somebody says, I think my heart is I'm having a heart attack, you go back. That is how they are.
Yeah, Tolu. Thank you very much. Casey from Nigeria, thank you for joining us. It's so good to have you, brother. You made a statement, and I would want to stretch that a little bit. Looking good is good business. Anyone who knows me knows I love to look good. I love to look good. Yes, looking good is good business, okay? And being confident is also good. But what we are trying to say is that once you find yourself in a situation where your confidence, your intelligence, these are wonderful traits. You are one person that whenever you step into a place, you're the center of attraction. This is good. These are good virtues. But if the idea behind what you do is manipulative, if the idea behind your looking good is because you want to make other ladies around you to feel like they don't amount to anything, if the idea behind being confident is because you're trying to trade on other people's what's the right word to use, then that's where the problem is. And please, this is not just about men alone. Yes, statistics shows that most of the narcissists are men. Statistics has it from my research. Most of them are men. But please, there are also ladies who are suffering from that disease or that mental disorder. There are also ladies like that. Yes, there are also ladies like, so it's a two-way thing. It's not just for one gender. There are ladies who are very manipulative. There are also men who are very manipulative. Some of you, your bosses are manipulative. Some of you, your pastors are very manipulative. A pastor who will not be comfortable with you visiting another church, or with you going for a program in another ministry, or with you, going if you're a music minister, going out to minister somewhere, there's a problem. Because if we are serving the same God and if we are preaching the same gospel, then I don't see why I don't see anything wrong in once in a while going to visit other people or worshiping in another denomination. So this thing it's everywhere. It's not just in a relationship, a love relationship. It happens in the place of work. It happens even in religion. It happens everywhere. So I'm trying to clear that. Tolu, please go ahead.
Yeah, and the other thing with them is that they are very, they can intimidate. Like, you also feel intimidated. Like, they can walk into the place and then you would feel like, I'm nothing. They know how to do that. So those are some of the can I say, the most evident characteristics that, of a narcissist. And one thing that you just mentioned is that it's everywhere. It could be a brother, a mother, a man of God, a woman of God, all the same.
Yes.
It's not like because you are a pastor, so you'll be less. Correct. They are all the same. They're very manipulative, even on the way they talk to people in church. Very manipulative.
Yes.
And also, this is very important. There are accusations, of you. They are confessions. When he tells you that, I think you are cheating on me. I think that guy wants you. He's actually telling you that I'm cheating on you. I want that girl. So there are accusations, there are confessions. Because of pride, they cannot just come and say, I have an affair with so and so. This is what I did. When he tells you that my previous partner was so bad, that lady used to shout at me, that lady used to sleep around. He's telling you what he did. That is how it is.
So what someone once said that whatever it is you nag about is something you are actually guilty of. It's something you're actually guilty of, because whatever it is you do, there's this part of your brain that tells you or makes you feel like everybody is living that kind of life, or everybody's doing that. So it's watch it. Let's watch that part, and then that's why we should be careful of who we share our past experiences or who we share our weaknesses with. There are certain people you try to confide in, and at the end of the day, you just dug a grave for yourself. I experienced one. I had someone I regarded as a mentor, and I went to share a particular part of my life with him, and then for counseling, I needed help. So of course, who should I go to talk to? And then he willed that, and that became his superpower. In fact, he would taunt me with it in public. He would tell people started mocking me because of that. And the goal of the narcissist is manipulation. They don't see you. They don't see you. Don't exist in their world. All they see is themselves. So anything they can wield to gain satisfaction, to boost their self-image, everything they can wield to help themselves, they do that. You are not part of the deal. You are not part of the deal. So Tolu, tell me.
Let me say this point before you go there. The other thing is that narcissists can so lie. They hardly ever tell the truth. I heard one day he told me that, I can so lie that even the devil, the demons will not know that I'm lying. That is how good they are.
Are you kidding?
Yes, they can so lie. Like, if you have a narcissistic mother, they're going to raise even children that are birds. They are just like that. They hardly ever tell the truth, guys. Even when, they use their tears to cry. And when we see them crying, we're like, oh my God, this guy's telling the truth. Why is this girl good? You know what? And also they like to recruit. They like to recruit group of sympathy, like sympathizers. Those people who, they will call everybody around you and tell them how bad you are. And they thrive on people's naivety and ignorance. Those who do not know them, they like such people. Because you would give them an ear. And narcissists, they are the moment you get to understand who this person is, they drop you. Because they're like, okay, there is no amount of manipulation.
Yes, they lose control. The idea is they want to be in control. So once you get to that point where you get enough information or you become aware of that person, they lose control. And that's something they cannot afford. Kenna, thank you very much for joining us. Mercy Thomas, thank you for joining us. Thank you. It's so good to have you here. Okay, Tolu, let's push forward. There's a whole lot to talk about. So now that we are able to decipher who a narcissist is, what his characteristics are, the next question is, for those of us who are sane, forgive my language, for those of us who don't have that challenge, everybody has one challenge or the other. And the truth is that these people need help. And at some point in their life, they actually realize that they have a problem. But one thing is, pride wouldn't let them ask for help. Oyime Hadas, thank you very much for joining us. One challenge is that pride wouldn't let them come to that point where they ask for help, like I need help, please help me. There's been a pattern. Some of them don't even know they have a problem. They don't even know how they have it. I'm sure in the place of counseling, when people come to talk to you, you kind of spell out certain patterns to them. Pan-Africanist, Kele Philip, thank you very much for joining us. You begin to spell out certain patterns to them. Okay, you see this happened, this happened, this happened, this is what it means. I'm sure that is part of your job, baby girl. Yeah. So some of them see these patterns repeat over time. They keep wondering, why is it that I can't even find a decent relationship? I'm in a relationship and this is happening, this is happening. They don't even know they have a problem. So how can we relate with this set of people? How can we relate with them? Because you mentioned something that most of this, their behaviors and most of this, their attitudes would drive a sane person crazy. Because I don't understand why I would put in so much to make a relationship work. I don't understand why I'll put in so much at my place of work because I want to be rewarded. I want my boss to see my efforts. I don't understand why I will put, sacrifice a lot in my place of worship because I want God to bless me and I want to find peace. I want to express my giftings and talents. And yet everything I do, almost everything I do is used against me. You understand? So it can drive a normal person insane. It can make you go into depression. It can make you even commit suicide. I heard of there's a news that was trending. I don't know if you saw it on my page.
Yes, I did.
A news was trending of a lady that committed suicide. What happened? Something happened in the house where something got missing, and then she was accused of it. And she tried as much as possible to talk to the mom and make her understand, and yet nobody came for her, and she committed suicide. So that is a lady who had a future. That's a lady who had dreams and wanted to become something in future. So there are certain things that happen, that a narcissist, there are certain blows that a narcissist can deal on a normal, sane person. And it will drive you insane to the point where some people who can't handle it actually take their lives. So we need to know how can we relate to these people. Yes, they have a problem. We now recognize they have a problem. We now know their characteristics. How can we relate to these people? How can we?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. You know what? I always say that getting understanding and knowledge, guys, is very, very important. The moment you know that this is a narcissist, it's going to, there's going to be a shift in you because you'll be knowing the kind of
person you're relating with. Yeah.
Exactly. So once you know that, okay, this my mom, this is my brother or my guy or my girl is a narcissist. Once you know that, accept them. Accepting them doesn't mean that you have to take all the nonsense and all the draining that they do. No, it means okay, it's who they are because it's a disorder. One thing with psychological disorders is not like physical illness. Okay, physical illness, if you have a wound, you go to the hospital, they put some stitches and then they give you a paracetamol or a Panadol, the pain will go. With psychological disorders, it's character. It's who they are. There's no pill, there's no appeal. So you have to have that knowledge and then accept them. And also you that is dealing with them, speak up. Don't die in silence. Talk to somebody. Let people know what you are going through, because guys, with a narcissist, you cannot go you get so drained to a point that even when you don't talk, people will see that there is something going on
wrong
with that
with
person.
you. Yes.
And the other thing is, when dealing with them, set boundaries. Narcissists, they cannot take boundaries, but you have to set them. If you tell him that, okay, I'm going to see my mom and I'm going for 3 days, let it be. If you say, let your no be no and your yes be yes. And the moment you set boundaries, know that there's going to be a fight. They don't take it lightly, because when you set boundaries, you are saying, I also have control. And they don't want any other person to have control other than themselves.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, even when you do that, expect some pushbacks. You can set some boundaries. You can accept them. You can try to, put some sense in them. Expect to be pushed back in all the efforts that you do. For example, you may try to go take him for therapy. Know that one day he will say, I'm not going. They can say, for example, they are never sincerely sorry. So let's say they did something yesterday and then they apologized. Know that tomorrow when he does it and you say, no, but we talked about it, expect him to say, me? Remember, they